started taking Tylenol Sunday evening.
Yeah, she does have a high temp.
It's every mother's nightmare.
She just started having trouble breathing, and she turned white.
While driving on I-40 on the way from Kansas to Arizona, Mitzi Dar's 14-year-old daughter became sick.
You have 120 miles to Albuquerque.
I didn't want to be in the middle of, nowhere and have problems.
But they are in the middle of nowhere, and they've landed in the smallest hospital in New Mexico, the Guadalupe County Hospital in Santa Rosa.
I'm sure you don't know this, but there is some talk about closing this hospital.
What's the problem?
Well, there's not enough money, and you, or someone like you, would have had to keep driving.
Are you okay? Oh, my Lord. You're kidding. It's been scary. I'm glad they're here.
Lots of people are scared. If the hospital closes, the people in this little town right on Route 66 will lose the only medical care they have.
Whoa. This is Pam.
Enter Pam Galbraith.
We'll load the van and we'll hit the road. All right, you guys ready?
She's an administrator at the University of New Mexico Hospital in Albuquerque.
This is pretty through here.
She's out to help save Santa Rosa's hospital. Each week, Pam drives her van loaded with supplies from her hospital and takes them to Santa Rosa's hospital, 2 hours away. Cruising speed, 90 miles per hour.
There's old 66 over there on the right.
You bet. That's Santa Rosa.
These are hard times in Guadalupe County. Like many of the older communities along Route 66, it's rural and it's poor. Almost 40% of the people here live below poverty level.
How are you, Leo? I'm good.
And the hospital, like some of the people who use it,
Hi, Chuck. These are drugs.
is struggling to get by.
This is our operating room. As you can see, it's kind of like visiting an old haunted house right now.
Why's everything covered up?
We don't have a surgeon.
Another thing the hospital doesn't have
Dr. Unverzad.
is a full-time doctor.
I'm just looking your ears first, okay?
29-year-old Mark Unverzad is the hospital's Doctor of the Week.
So you had a hip replacement done.
Pam has borrowed him from the University of New Mexico Medical Center.
Well, what is your shift?
Well, when I get here until when I leave, you kind of sore along in here.
The hospital may be small,
See, that's all fluid there. There's a ton of fluid in there.
but it's busy.
Do you have old records here? Well, I don't even know what they need to get married. The bottles that we have here are not really the best kind, but I think they'll work.
I mean, you're really into basics here, aren't you?
Yeah, it is. You really have to rely a lot more on your own instincts. Touch my finger. Again? That's part of the adventure, really.
Soon, the people in the county will vote whether to pass something called a mill levy, a property tax.
22 people who work in this hospital are going to be the best ambassadors we have in the community.
The tax may be the only way to keep the hospital open.
Remember, no mill levy, no hospital.
This week we're going to start the door-to-door campaigning. The flyers are ready.
Christina Campos lives in Santa Rosa and works at the hospital part-time.
Oh, and at the park, they wanted you to go out and give them a little...
Over the next few days, her most important job is going to be selling the mill levy to the community.
Nati's husband works for the state parks and recreation. And we can go out there and speak to their employees about the importance of having a hospital here. Hi. Did I catch everyone eating lunch?
Today, she's talking to the people who work in Santa Rosa's state park.
Are there any issues that you feel that right now might be dissuading people from supporting the mill levy?
Automatically, they'll be concerned of, how it's going to affect their pocketbook.
To maintain the hospital per residence, about $5, we came down with $5.31 a month.
The community needs this.
It's not just your pocketbook. You will be touched by it at some time in your life, be it your children or whatever, personally.
Lots of people need it. People traveling up and down I-40.
We've got a group of folks here from Guadalupe County Hospital, Christina Campos among them.
And people are really trying hard to make this work.
I just want to stress to everybody, the hospital is for all of us. We need to support it. We need to vote yes.
And if we can't pull it off...
The people of Guadalupe County said yes to the property tax, and a full-time doctor has already arrived, ensuring for a while at least that the little hospital in Santa Rosa will stay open.
The afternoon storm clouds darken New Mexico's land of enchantment. Another long day is ending for Maggie Kudish and the other Smithsonian road warriors.
We're only a few miles from our destination.
As their bus curls down through the mountains, author Michael Wallace gets them ready for the next stop.
Into the ancient city of Santa Fe.
People still like to take the old route that we've taken up here north and come in that back door of Santa Fe that way.
This is the main plaza. This is the heart and soul of Santa Fe.
But Santa Fe had only a brief connection to Route 66.
Marilyn Kudish.
Okay.
After one too many political squabbles, Santa Fe was bypassed.
Charming gardens. Did you take a picture of those
Yet
gardens?
you can't get your kicks on Route 66 without a fix in Santa Fe.
I didn't realize that you guys use soap to clean the place. That's fabulous.
It's the crown jewel of America's Southwest.
I'll perambulate the square. I'll hit every little shop and gallery.
Oh, they took their dinner menu in. So do you see the shadows there in the balcony and the beams? That's it. That's what I come to look at.
And she's also here to shop.
That's a nice one. I'm strongly tempted.
Those shelving, those are quite gorgeous.
This is consumer heaven.
Is this very expensive? Yes, I'm sure it is.
It's $250.
We're going down into the Duke city of Albuquerque.
Can I get you all to sit down so we can just get a quick out?
Out of all the big cities on Route 66, Albuquerque's one of the best for the big ones. It's forced to keep Route 66 alive with Central Avenue. Cuts right through the city. The university's there, the fairgrounds, the Route 66 diner. It's wonderful, isn't it?
This is what diners used to be like. Real true Art Deco. Love it.
And at the Route 66 diner, they're reliving the happy days.
I'm going to have a chubby steak burger.
Meatloaf.
Oh my God. Anyone want to try some? Oh boy.
Now we've got a whole busload of bona fide road warriors. They've all passed boot camp and they've survived the Mother Road. I think for all of us, we've got a lot of sweet memories.
I've always had a fantasy that I could have a time machine and that I could select times in the past and revisit them. And this has come about as close as is probably possible to get to actually realizing that fantasy.
Hey, gotta pull together.
If you plan to motor west, doodle-doo, take the highway, travel my way, that's the best, doodle-doo. Get your kicks on Route 66.
America's romance with the road is helping keep Route 66 alive. Preservation groups have sprouted all along the highway, and every year, thousands of motorists still pull off the interstate to begin their own journey down the road less traveled. I'm Dan Rather, and that's 48 Hours.
If you plan to motor west, doodle-doo, take the highway, travel my way, that's the best, doodle-doo. Get your kicks on Route 66. Where does it wind from? Winds from Chicago to LA. Doodle-doo. I've been more than 2,000 miles along the way. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Name some of them cities.
Well, it goes through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's right.
What about Flagstaff? Gallup, New Mexico. Oh, I know that.
For a transcript of this program, send $5 to 48 Hours Transcripts. Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039.